Okay, here is our final image for the mixed lighting. Big stack of cookies looking beautiful and delicious. Light wrapping from camera right around. The shadows aren't too dark. We still get to see the nooks and crannies in there. And right now we're gonna reverse engineer, break this down for you how we got there. So this is the next image you see is just the cookies, the softbox, and an f-stop shutter speed combination that gives us enough depth of field or shallow depth of field to see beyond the blinds, identify what's out there, the light coming through, and matching f-stop with the flash. So let's discuss that a little bit about how we got there. we're going to need to first figure out a shutter speed. So we're at 1/8 of a second. Typically in the studio, you might be around 1/100th of a second. Let's start there, show you what that looks like. It's very dark, doesn't look like it's outdoors. So just continue to slow the shutter speed down. That's dragging the shutter. Continue slowing the shutter speed down until you think you get something that looks about right. Here's 1/30th of a second. Much better. But I think we could probably get a little bit brighter, look a little bit more of a sunny day outside. Now we're at 1/15th of a second. It's feeling about right, but in that spirit of exploring, I'm going to go to 1/8 of a second. 1/8 of a second feels really pretty good, but I do want to confirm that if I go brighter, I've gone too far. I'm opening up 2 more thirds of a stop. I think that's a little bit too bright, so I'm going to back up, go to that 1/8 of a second.
And this is a process that all photographers use. Sometimes you can't meter that light outside. And so by experimenting, moving the shutter speed either slower or faster, you'll find the sweet spot that gives you the right balance.
So I think that the cookies, the highlight exposure looks really nice. I think the shadow exposure is a little bit too dark. This is where we put the fill card in.
All right, let's put in a fill card.
The fill looks great.
Yeah, much better. The shadows aren't so harsh underneath each cookie, and we still have the form rendering wrapping around, so it goes light to dark. The cookies look nice and round.
What you'll see in the demo video is a little bit of experimenting with the fill card and where we place it. This is where we ended up placing it for that final image. Now we want to talk a little bit about the softbox and the light that could be influencing the background or the blinds, and yours too, wherever you may be. So we're going to block some of that light off and see if it does make a difference. We're going to do as much as we possibly can and show you the difference. Okay, that looks good right there, Craig. And I'm going to shoot that image and we'll show everybody the difference. It's a slight change of a little vignette in the background. Here's going to be that visual comparison. You guys can see as I bounce back and forth. It's a taste issue. You may like it, you may not like it. But what's important to take away is that the softbox you're using can, in most times, influence that background. So take a look. You make a good decision.
Yeah, because you can see one of the effect of that has made the cutting board that's in front of the cookies stand out more than the tabletop we have in the back. It created some nice separation, visual focus, moving our eye definitely back to the cookies.
There we go.
Let's try the one more, showing them which is an option. Obviously, you have to use the human C-stand to do this.
Human C-stand.
So we're holding that fill card on the top.
This is a fill card right over top. You'll see it in the other video. Come down a little bit lower, Mr. Moore, just so we can really emphasize that fill. There we go. Now, we can see a big difference between the two. It puts a lot of fill. And this is, again, a picture to taste, you know. I think this might look good on packaging where they like the pictures a little bit brighter. This might look good in an advertisement where they really want those rich, saturated tones.
Sure, everything's got a little different look, but I think we can get paid for this.
Yeah, we can get
It's a
paid.
moneymaker, right?
Yeah, well, this is a stack of cookies I'm gonna have for a snack.
All right, well, we hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back and see you soon in the next video.
Cheers.